Okay, it's time for a new video, and this item I got for Christmas, and as you can see, it's of the Back to the Future trilogy on Blu-ray. For those of you who don't know, or probably already do know, I'm a huge fan of the Back to the Future movies, even though I'd love to know where the hoverboards and the self-lacing trainers and the resized jackets are, but never mind, and obviously the hoverboards. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Back to the Future movies. I do have some stuff coming up on my channel which will be Back to the Future related, so stay tuned or stay subscribed to find out about that. Now, I own, believe it or not, many versions of Back to the Future on Blu-ray. Originally, I had Back to the Future 2, or Part 2, should I say, on VHS when it first came out. And that actually was the first VHS movie that I ever bought out of my own money, which for my birthday. That was many years ago, or decades ago. And then they released a DVD trilogy. Then they released another one, which was in a silver blue box. Then I don't know what I got. Then you may have seen me do the videos of the Steelbook Back to the Future movies from, but they were German because I got them imported, because I thought at the time that they weren't going to do a Back to the Future Blu-ray Steelbook. Then eventually they did release the Back to the Future movies individually as UK Steelbooks with a completely different design, which again, I did do a videos on them. If I haven't, then I might consider doing more showcasing those videos when I do my Blu-ray Steelbook collection. And I did buy there was a tin version where it was the collector's edition, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Back to the Future movie, and you got the Blu-ray disc, and which came in a tin, which I definitely did a video of that. And you got like the newspapers from 2015, 1985, and the alternate 1985, and the number plate, Marty's photo with his brother and sister, where obviously they're fading in and out of time. And I think it comes with a Back to the Future poster as well, so I got that. So that was the 25th anniversary. If I can show you very quickly. And that's it here, as you can see, and that's the 25th anniversary, which was a limited collection edition. I don't know how much it's worth now, and I would have no intention of selling it. And as I said before, and then they released a 30th anniversary collection edition, which came with all 3 movies on each individual disc, but it came with a 4th disc, which had some brand new extras in it, which had adverts for Pepsi Max and the hoverboards and stuff like that, and it had some other extras in the Back to the Future ride. And there's been numerous amounts of different versions of the Blu-rays that have actually come out. Now, I do remember that when I bought the limited edition, collector's edition, the one I just showed you, the American version of it, as far as if I remember correctly, actually came with all the episodes from the Back to the Future animated series. But for some bizarre reason, the UK one never came with that, which I have no idea why. And then I know that there's been numerous of different Blu-ray Steelbook re-releases of the Back to the Future trilogy. I never bothered because it was just too much. And then of recent, they did release the Back to the Future movies on 4K, which one day I will own. I can play 4K in terms of with my Series X and my Xbox One S and the PS4. I think the PS4 and the PS5, but I don't have a 4K TV yet, so it's kind of not worth it. So that did come out, and then they did release steelbooks of that and limited editions of that. There's been so many editions, and obviously that was remastered for 4K. And now we come to this version of it, and the reason why I got this version is because apparently they've remastered it again. Because I did read about that the last edition, which was the 30th anniversary edition, was the transfer was actually good. But apparently the remastered version, which here is meant to be a better copy of it, which I might actually check out in my own time to see if it's actually true or not. And because I think apparently what they did was that they remastered the Blu-ray version from the 4K movies of the versions of each of the Back to the Future films. So technically speaking, it's actually 2K rather than 4K. So yeah, everywhere I've read, they said that this version of it, the newly, as they call it at the back, it's been newly remastered until they do another version of course, 9M. It says that it's meant to be a much better picture quality. Now, whether or not I will notice this, I don't know, because again, my TV is 1080p. So whether or not I will notice, I don't know. The price of this was roughly about, I think it was about $8.99. It should have been $11 because I got it off of eBay, but they were doing a Christmas, what's it called again? A Christmas code, so it gave you a discount on it. And HMV were selling it roughly about for the same price. But unfortunately, if you get it online, you have to pay the extra money for them to deliver it. And so it ends up being more expensive. Or you can do a click and collect, and the nearest one for me is all the way in Bond Street, which is far too. And then because it was coming way too close to Christmas, by the time you have to wait for 3-4 days for them to process for and collecting it, for you to go and get it, I didn't want to sit there and kind of wait. So I thought, right, I'll just get it for eBay and I'll order it from there, brand new, which as you can see here. And it did arrive. It arrived about a week before Christmas, so I actually was kind of really happy about that. So yeah, I'm really glad that this has finally arrived. I do like the art on here. Obviously, you got the DeLorean with the blazing trails as it's going to go through time. I did think that it was meant to have a slick cover. I don't know if my version of it, some versions it do, some don't. But again, this will tide me over until eventually that when I get a 4K TV, I probably will upgrade to the 4K version of the Back to the Future trilogy. So without further ado, we should open this up. Now, what I do remember with the 30th anniversary, this was the one I got, all 3 movies come with a digital copy. The UK steelbooks, which I can show you one of them here. I can do this without knocking over my statues. This was the UK version of it, which I did a video on. And this again, this says it's a limited edition still, but so I don't know if it really is limited. This does come with a digital copy, but now with this, as far as I know, they don't come with it. The tin one, which is the 25th anniversary the limited collector edition, this one did not come with a digital copy. So it was only the individual steelbooks and the 30th anniversary edition did. So we shall begin to lost, but compared to in fact, let me show you the difference in terms of the thickness, because it's really different. I'll do this again without knocking everything over. This actually has the same artwork as the that Back to the Future art book that I think I did on my channel. Although there's an expanded version of that out, and you can see the difference where this is meant to have 4 discs, and you can see the difference where it's nearly half the size. So I don't know how they've done this, because this wasn't a jumbo Blu-ray case, as you can see. So this was the last version of it on Blu-ray to come out, and then this was the latest one. So hopefully everything should be on there. Again, it doesn't say anything about a digital copy of this, so it's probably done away with it. Again, I don't know if the 4K one does have one, but I doubt that it actually does. But yeah, I absolutely love the Back to the Future trilogy. It's probably one of the... There's a couple other trilogies out there that I think that are up there that are good, but for me, this is one of the best, in my opinion, trilogies ever made. I'm trying to read up, but it's really difficult. Again, I didn't pay for it because obviously it was a Christmas gift. Yes, and as you can see there, we've got the Back to the Future there. And I'll read what it says on the back. Get my glasses, because again, they put this writing so tiny. Okay. And it says, as I said earlier on, it says all 3 films newly remastered. Experience one of the most popular movie series of all time. Never before with Back to the Future, the ultimate trilogy. Join Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox, Doc Brown, played by Christopher Lloyd, and a time-traveling DeLorean for the adventures of a lifetime as they travel to the past, present, and future, setting off a time-shattering chain reaction that disrupts the space-time continuum. From the filmmakers Steven Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, and Bob Gale, this is the unforgettable collection, features hours of bonus features, and is a unbelievable trilogy that stands the test of time. And I can definitely guarantee that. It says here, loaded with bonus features. So it says over 1 hour of all new bonuses. The Hollywood Museum goes to Back to the Future. Join co-writer and producer Bob Gale in a intimate tour of the exhaustive exhibition of the film's props and memorabilia. Back to the Future. Oh, so this is Back to the Future, the musical behind the scenes. Get a sneak peek at the new musical show, including a Q&A with the cast and creative team, plus 2 new song recordings. Now, I definitely know that on the... I'm trying to check it. I'm looking at it now. That definitely on the... on this version of it here, the 30th anniversary, it does not have the Back to the Future musical on there. So at least I've added some new extras on there, so that's really great. They've added some new stuff on there. A alternate future lost audition tapes. Get a glimpse of the Back to the Future that could have been, with rare auditions footage featuring the now famous celebrities. So again, I don't know if that's on that one. Could you survive the movies Back to the Future? Explore the magic and science of Back to the Future and find out what laws of physics were actually violated in this special episode of the popular YouTube series. And says, plus, Tales from the Future, a 5-part documentary, the physics of Back to the Future, deleted scenes, Michael J. Fox Q&A, 8 archival featurettes, behind-the-scenes footage, music videos, audio commentaries, Back to the Future The Ride, which I really wanted to go on. So this is the next best thing of seeing it. Doc Brown Saves the World, a short film, Out of Time, Restoring the DeLorean, and much more. Now, I'm checking to see if those extras are there I've just read out. So those extras that I've just read out are identical to the 30th anniversary edition. But the other stuff in terms of what they've added with the Back to the Future musical, that seems like it's completely new. Because I remember the musical wasn't out when this version of it came out. And it's obviously rated PG. Video is 1080p, high definition widescreen, so it's 1:8, 5:1. Audio is English DTS HD Master, audio 5.1, Czech, French, Hindi, Hungarian, Polish. I can't see what that one says. A Polish over voiceover, Russian DTS surround 5.1, and a bonus disc in English stereo 2.0. Subtitles English SDH, Czech, Danish, Dutch, Finnish, French, Greek, Hindi, Hungarian, Norwegian, Polish, Romanian, Russian, Swedish. Wow, so that you got all the bases covered there. Bonus disc English SDH, Brazilian, Spanish, Polish, Portuguese, Romanian, Russian, and simplified Mandarin, and Thai and Turkish. So you got all your bases covered there. It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm interested to see what the disc design is going to look like. So we'll open this up. I have a disc is identical. In terms of the artwork, looks exactly like the Steelbook one, which I recently had. Let me see if it looks, and that's obviously Back to the Future 1. Back to the Future 2, as you can see there. And then on the right, we've got Back to the Future 3 from the classic posters. And then we have the bonus disc, which what I do like is actually a Blu-ray. Because there's a lot of time in some movies, they have a bonus disc with extras, and it's usually, sometimes they just put it in DVD. But it doesn't matter, nevertheless, you kind of get, it's the films that are the most important thing. Let me check out the artwork of the last of the 30th anniversary. And the only one thing I don't like with this is it's really hard to close it back. If I can open this up. It's pretty much the same artwork, except that the artwork looks a lot darker in this one. So you can see Back to the Future 1, Back to the Future 2. And you can see this little tray thing here. That's what probably makes it thicker. You got Back to the Future 3 and Part 3, and you've got the bonus disc. And he's just trying to close it back up. It's an utter pain. It's one thing that I didn't like about this one. It was really hard to kind of close back. But I thought they could have at least maybe changed up the artwork a little bit. But considering that, you know, that, I'm trying to think that they're using the actual movie posters, when it kind of makes sense, as it would be, probably would be the same. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm kind of really happy about that I've got this. And so it's nice to see that I was a bit worried because with it being thin, that what may have happened is that they may have left something out. But yeah, they've got all 4 discs in here, so I'm looking forward to you know, viewing the actual movies to see if there's an actual difference. I'm very curious about that. Or then again, maybe I won't see much of a difference because again, it's my TV, and that's the thing. But as I said before, all 3 movies have been remastered, and I think it's been remastered from the 4K print, as I said earlier on. I don't know what that is over there. So yeah, they've been remastered from the 4K print, so it should be I might be able to know to see a difference. So yeah, I'm really happy that I actually got this in it. And again, as I said, this will tie me off until you know, I get like a 4K TV, and then I'll upgrade to that one, and maybe I might get rid of this one, not the 30th anniversary. The anniversary ones I think I'm going to keep, but I will definitely. But yeah, but this is the one. Oh, I can do this without dropping it. You can hear me up in the 25th limited collector's edition, and that was that one. I'm assuming that but this one has totally, yeah. I'm not going to show you this very quickly, but that's obviously the Blu-ray for Part 1, and that's for Part 2, as you can see there, which is pretty cool. I do actually like this. And then you've got Part 3 as well. And then when you take out, you've got the artwork behind there, which I think is really cool. And then they just put the Roman numeral 1, and you've got the Roman numeral 2 for Part 2. And you've got the image at the back there, which I think is absolutely cool. And then you've got images across there from the different movies, across the trilogy. And then you've got Part 3, where that is pretty cool, where I think this is kind of really great. This is probably still my favourite one in terms of the maybe the discs and the inside artwork, because to me, as I said before, they've gone the whole mile in actually you know, giving it a good up. So I think this is definitely, for me, worth it, and I won't be getting rid of it out of my collection. And then I'll just quickly show you what came of it again. If I can do this without dropping everything. So you've got the poster from 2015 where Marty gets arrested, and when you turn it around, you get it where Griff gets arrested, because obviously they changed the timeline. Oh. got the original Back to the Future 1 poster. I would have loved it if they'd done away where you could have all three. And then you get another poster here, which I have not touched. You may remember this from part 3, where they get the picture taken at the front of the construction of the clock tower. And then you get some other postcards here with the concept of the DeLorean and the hoverboard, stuff like that. You get a blueprint here of the DeLorean, which I'm not going to open because it's massive. You get like a copy of the Sports Almanac, which will be useless because it's 2024 now, going on 2025. So it's nice to see that you got that. So that's pretty cool. You've got another newspaper where Doc Brown is committed. No, it's not Doc Brown. Where Peabody, who owns the Pines, and then he obviously right when he travels back to 1955 by accident, he knocks one of the twin. So instead of it becoming called the Twin Pines, it becomes the Lone Pine, and then he ends up going nuts because he said he saw a flying saucer. And obviously this is a copy of the newspaper from when the lightning struck the clock tower at 10:04. And you get more postcard, this time of the hoverboard. I thought it was the other one, but it's on this one. Again, I have not used any of those things. And then you have, obviously, Marty, where it's not showing up very well. You can kind of see where he disappears from time. So that's really cool as well. So yeah, that I definitely not going to be getting rid of in any shape or form. I'm going to be keeping it, if not. Because I said before, if it was some other films that I wasn't too kind of bothered with, you know, I could get rid of them. But that's how my passion is for Back to the Future. How much I really love those movies, and how much growing up, how much those films meant to me growing up as a teenager. So yeah, this is the newly remastered Back to the Future trilogy on Blu-ray, and it's also available on 4K as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to share this video with friends and family. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, would highly appreciate that. That allow people to find my YouTube channel and my content. And this is because of YouTube algorithms favor the bigger YouTubers, so their channel and content get advertised on the YouTube recommendation page. So if you can leave a like and a comment, if you can let me know who you maybe, which one was your favorite movie, who's your favorite character, and would you want a Back to the Future 4, which I don't, or even a remake, which I don't either. So let me know about that in the comment section below. Anyway, speaking of subscribing, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing if you want to see stuff like this, where it's Blu-ray unboxings, my Blu-ray steelbook collection, my Blu-ray collection, and Blu-ray steelbook unboxed as well, and my DVD collection. I do have something VHS related coming up. I won't spoil what it is quite yet, but you will see the video of that coming soon. So it might seem familiar when you see what it is. Food and drink reviews, movie and TV show reviews and recommendations, rant videos, which I do when they're deemed necessary, vlogs, which I do once a month at the start of every month, video game unboxings, video game playthroughs, clothing pickups, which I haven't done in a while because there hasn't been any decent clothes or at a decent price for me. But if I do find anything, I will do that. Beauty products, whether it's shower gels, body soaks, bath salts, stuff like that. Comic books stuff, whether it's comic books old or new. My comic book collection has been collected for the last few decades. Comic book graphic novels, comic book figures and statues, which I've got quite a few to do, DC and Marvel, so stay tuned for that. So there's going to be plenty of content if you're into that kind of thing. And also art books, which I've got to do, which some are movie related, TV show related and video game related. So I've got a lot of stuff. So there's, again, as I said, a lot of stuff coming up on my YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Last Christmas we hit 500 subs. A few months ago we hit 600, and now we're just a little away from hitting 800 YouTube subs. So a big thank you to the subscribers, old and new. Without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. I'm hoping that obviously that people enjoy the content, and whether or not maybe it inspires other people to maybe to do their own YouTube as well, because I was the same way. I was inspired by other people. Again, as I said before, I hope people are enjoying the content or are into the same kind of stuff that I'm into. So hopefully you're entertained, and you know, it's keeping you informed on these particular items, and maybe helping you decide whether or not to buy these items. So again, without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. So you're as much as part of this channel as I am. So again, hopefully we'll hit 800, and then obviously 900, and then the big milestone will be 1,000 YouTube subs. So hopefully we'll get there, maybe this time next year, who knows. I also live stream on Twitch. To find me on there, it's the same name as my YouTube name, except that there's a 76 added on it, so it's Ryan Ricardo 76, all in one name. I don't have set days and when I stream. It's mainly to do with health issues and ongoing things in my personal life, and especially when, you know, you've got things to do in your own life, and then especially with the festive period, it's been a bit busy. I did recently do the last story mission of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and that was really good as well. And also I won't be able to export it to YouTube because there's too many copyright music in it. At least with Twitch, they mute it. I think with Kick, there isn't a problem on there, but I don't stream on there. So yeah, follow me on there. If you still can't find it, I will leave the link in the description box. Catch me on there. I'm currently on 45 followers. I'm hoping to at least get another 5 to at least hit 50 followers on YouTube, on Twitch, sorry, which is very difficult to grow that channel for obvious reasons, which I won't go into. Also, on a rare occasion, I live stream on a rare occasion on YouTube. It will be mostly casual gaming, where it'll be sports games, beat 'em up, shoot 'em ups, things like that. Nothing too serious. If you can catch me when I do the live streams, that would be absolutely wonderful. Even if you can't make it, the videos of my live stream on YouTube will be kept up, so you can watch it when you're ready to, or when you've got the time to watch it, if you want to watch the video. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on when it comes to video games. I'm just a gamer. I'm a person that just loves gaming, which I have all my life. So hopefully you can catch me on there live if you hit the notification bell. And if you don't, can't catch me in there live, and the videos will be kept up indefinitely, so you don't have to worry about the videos disappearing. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, just leave me to say, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, please keep warm. It's been quite cold over here in the UK, so I don't know where it is in the rest of the world. And it just leaves me to say, wishing all of my subscribers, and even those people who haven't subscribed, a very Merry Christmas, and also a Happy New Year, and wishing every one of you all the best for 2025. Take care, and bye for now.